Hey there, Jeffrey here, Sephora Beauty Director, and I'm filming from home today to share with you a really fun video for those of you out there that consider yourselves beginners. This is all about foundation. I get so many questions about what foundation formula to use, how do I apply it, what does a foundation routine look like. So in this video, I'll talk to you about the perfect primer to choose to prep your skin and get it ready for foundation application. We'll talk about a really goof-proof formula that's amazing for all skin types and really great for beginners. And then we'll talk about how to set that makeup and keep it to last all day. We'll also sprinkle in a couple tools in there and talk to you about some really fun application techniques to elevate your game. So if you're somebody who's new to foundation, this video is for you. Stay tuned. I'm going to take my makeup off really quickly and prep my skin with some skincare, and I'll be right back. Now, it's important to understand that your foundation routine doesn't necessarily start with makeup. You really want to make sure that you're prepping the skin. So a really great skincare routine right before is going to make sure that your foundation glides on smoothly and that your skin looks its best. But sometimes you don't necessarily get to do your full routine. So using a primer that is going to help to increase the longevity of the makeup that has skincare benefits or balancing benefits is a really good idea. Now, primer is key because it really helps to smooth out texture and really grab the foundation so that it lasts all day. One really great option is from Bite Beauty here. Now this is called the Changemaker Skin Optimizing Primer, and this particular formula is really great for hydrating dry skin. So like I said, if I don't have time to do my full skincare routine and I really need something that's going to help to quench my skin underneath the makeup, this is a really beautiful option. Now, for those of you that are oilier, they created this product here, which is going to be the mattifying option. So this is really great for kind of controlling oil and keeping that at bay. I'm normal to dry, so I'm going to use the normal to dry option. So I've put out a little bit on the back of my hand. A pea size will do. You don't really need a lot of this product. I'm going to take my finger and sort of dot it through the center of my face. Now I notice that that's where my makeup tends to dissipate the fastest, and that's really what this product is designed to do, is to help keep the makeup on. So I want to focus the product there and then blend outwards with my fingers. Whenever you're applying your product, you want to make sure that you have clean hands because you don't want to be spreading bacteria. Now, I think for people that are beginners, using your fingers is a really great idea because you start to understand your face and your bone structures. You're building a connection and a relationship with your skin. So definitely, a finger application is key. I just had to give another shout out and added benefit to these guys. These are also clean at Sephora and it's a vegan formula. So for those of you that have product specifications that are a little bit more tight, definitely give this product a try. Now we're ready to get into the nitty-gritty. Definitely want to build coverage with foundation and kind of hide those imperfections, right? Now, it's important to remember that there's lots of foundation formulas out there and you don't have to commit to one. Building a wardrobe is a good idea and using different foundations at different times is totally okay. Now, I did pick a formula for you beginners out there that was really easy to use and I think a goof-proof formula that you're gonna love. So from Pat McGrath Labs, this is the Sublime Perfection Foundation. Now this is a beautiful fluid formula that kind of glides and create a flawless filtering effect to the skin. Now I'm using shade 7, but I do have 2 other shades that I love to kind of play around with and maybe mix or cocktail. A good tip for foundation beginners is that you can always kind of custom blend and make your own color. You don't have to commit to one shade per se. Real skin has multiple tones. So I'm going to take my ring finger and my middle finger, kind of pick up a little bit here, and I can start building right on the apple of my cheek. Now I tend to have a little bit of freckling and hyperpigmentation there that I want to blend out, slowly building and building and building until you're comfortable. Now, it's important to remember that foundation is really designed to kind of even tone in the skin. I love that the finish of this product is natural, right? So it's kind of like a middle of the road kind of shine level, so it helps to balance my skin where I get ultra shiny or hot, and other areas where I'm ultra dry. It'll give a little bit of hydration, kind of soften the texture. Love it. If you're just quick on the go, and again, you're applying with your fingers really quickly, this is a really great tip. You're going to take your ring finger and pick up a little bit more product, and you can literally just go right over areas where you have concern. So I'll show you right in here. I'm going to sort of let it dry down a little bit. Let it self-expose to the air. And then you can go back in with a beauty blender, which is another really beautiful tool to have on hand. This is the original beauty blender here, and I love this for areas where you might need a little bit of extra coverage. So you can kind of lay that on, take the beauty blender and sort of blend that out, right? So kind of blend the edge of where you applied the extra foundation. Another really great idea is anytime you're doing your complexion is to take just a little bit down onto your neck. Now I have a sort of a beard through here, but I do get some redness in there. So another really cool thing about this formula is that if I apply it with my fingers, it doesn't really build up in the beard hair. I don't know if she formulated this product for men's grooming too, but it's spot on. Thanks, Mama. Love you. So you can see here the foundation has kind of evened the complexion. Everything looks nice and smooth. There's not a lot of tonal variation, and I can go back in and add depth and dimension where I want. Now, oftentimes, a lot of people think that their foundation can kind of make them look flat or lifeless or even pale used before, but oftentimes it's because you look really 2D. So it's a really great idea to introduce like a bronzer or something like that to add a little bit of dimension. So from Fenty Beauty here, we have the Sun Stalker Bronzer. This is definitely a gorgeous formula to check out if you're new to bronzing as well, because they have a range of 8 shades, so you'll definitely be able to find a tone that works for you. Now this is matte, so it's going to give us a really natural, day-to-day, easy finish so that it looks like the sun naturally kissed my skin. Now I'm going to apply that with a brush. This is the Sephora Collection Pro Blush Brush, number 96. So this is good for setting powder. You can use it for blush, bronzer, whatever. It's a really universal brush. I'm really obsessed with it. I'm just going to gently touch that into the Fenty bronzer. This is the shade Bajangyal. I just loaded a little bit up onto the brush, and I'm gently going to start at the high planes of my face and sort of work downward. You can see I'm really quick with it. Warm up the complexion, give it a little bit of life and dimension back. I'm applying from the top of my bone structure down because, again, that's really great for kind of mimicking the effects of light of the sun hitting the skin and giving you that warmed or bronzed effect. I've been indoors quite a bit lately, so I want to make sure that I'm kind of faking the appearance of sunshine, a little bit of vitamin D. The fingertips of the bristles are just touching the skin. I'm not really pressing too hard on the brush to where I'm getting all the way down to the palm, really just using like the tips so that I get a feathered, airbrushed finish. I do a lot of stuff on camera, so it's nice and important for people to really connect with my face. So I want to make sure that it's pulling all the attention right in here. And then again, always bring it down and carry that through to the neck. Now, something also to consider too is that those of you out there that have freckles like me, a bronzer is a really great way to sort of like blend and sort of smooth those freckles together. It just kind of enhances the freckles and makes them look even better. Now that we've perfected our complexion with foundation, you're ready to set it. This is basically the last step of the routine that really locks everything in place and gives you the most durable wear. Now there's a lot of methods for setting. Some people love to use setting powder, other people love to like build a lot of powder and bake on the skin. I personally love a quick mist, especially for those of you out there that are beginners. This is going to be a really quick way to lock your makeup down. So this is from Urban Decay. It's the All-Nighter Long-Lasting Makeup Setting Spray. Now this is an iconic and legendary product. It's lived at Sephora for almost half of my career, and it's gonna lock your makeup in place for up to 16 hours. It's dance-proof and gives you just that last little bit of insurance that your makeup's not gonna go anywhere. Super easy to use. Give it a good shake, and then you're gonna spritz it all over the face. Maybe one more for good measure. For those of you that experience your makeup kind of settling in fine lines and wrinkles or sort of moving and displacing, this is a really great solution. Now you can take the All-Nighter Setting Spray and that Beauty Blender sponge that we had from earlier, spray a little bit right onto the sponge, and you're gonna apply that just in the living areas of the face. So these are the areas that tend to move a lot. So the smile lines, marionette lines here, around the eye here, and maybe just a little bit through the forehead, right in the 11s or crow's feet, and that's just going to help to lock the makeup in place there, remove any excess buildup of makeup, and allow it to move freely as you move. So you can see here, I've kind of achieved a really balanced finish through the skin. Everything looks even in tone. I feel really secure. Like, I feel like my makeup's not gonna go anywhere. I think between the prep step, really perfecting with a foundation that I really love, and setting the makeup, I've achieved a really flawless finish. What do you think? Alright, well that wraps up my foundation routine. Hopefully that answered some of your questions and you can definitely feel more confident achieving a flawless finish at home. So if you have more questions or you feel like, help, I need more guidance, definitely check out the playlist that we've linked in the comment section below, all about foundation tips and tricks. So we've kind of taken it a step further and built a whole library of options of videos for you to choose from. If you have any more questions for me in particular about this video, be sure to shout that out in the comment section below. And if you haven't done so, subscribe to Sephora so you can hang out with us beauty directors. Until next time, ciao for now!